So Julie, people in Western Australia would be aware that there are inter-school numero competitions and so forth, and obviously not in other states, but Julie's very happy to talk to anyone in another state that would love to start running them. Absolutely. But can you tell us a little bit how the competitions work?
Okay, the competition, it was something Dad developed. He started, in fact, this year is the 25th anniversary of the primary school competition. Wow. So we've been going a long time. And the idea was to give kids an opportunity to play against students from other schools. So he was very big into that sort of thing. And unfortunately, it's often all about sport. Mm-hmm. So he thought doing an inter-school competition for maths was something a little bit different. There's obviously a lot more inter-school stuff now and, online competitions and things. But back, 25 years ago, it was pretty innovative, I thought. And the idea of the competition is they will play the numero game against other students, but it also brings in another component of numero, which is challenges.
Okay, so tell us a bit about that.
And I've got a little sheet here, Paul. Into school, we use these sheets. And obviously this is just a blank one here. But what we do is we have the kids in their teams and we give them a challenge. So these boxes would be full of numbers. So 5 cards in the centre, 5 cards in the hand. And what we do is we say to the kids, it is a challenge. It's imagine yourself in the situation of having one turn of the game. Mm-hmm. And we say to them, if there was one turn in the game, what could you do with the cards we've presented you with? And technically we say, right, you can win all 5 cards in the centre, you could win all the wild cards from your hand because they give you another turn, and you can potentially use then the 1 number card. So if there's 2 number cards in your hand, you could potentially win 9 cards because one of those number cards would be unable to be used. And they sit here, they work it all out under timed pressure. And then when they get their best move, they write it down here, and this is what is marked by our scorers.
So these are individual kids or groups?
Both.
Okay.
So they come into the competition in teams of 4.
Okay. Yep.
They will each do 3 of these individually. They'll do the same challenge, but they do it individually. Mm-hmm. No time to look or copy or converse. Yeah. It's under very fast time pressure. I think they get 3 minutes for that. Then we also give them timed team challenges. So they'll have a similar sheet, but they'll only have 1 sheet between 4 of them. They will also get a set of cards to go with it. Okay. So they will get the 10 cards that correspond to the 10 cards on their sheet.
So basically a school puts forth a team. So within the school, they've sort of worked out who they're sending to the inter-school.
And I have a lot of schools that run mini tournaments through the year to pick what they call their squad.
Okay.
Now I have just been to recently, and quite regularly I go to regional communities, and some of those schools come down to Perth and I'll go and work with their squad. They've already picked their squad of 20 or 30 kids that they're going to pick 8 or 12 out of to represent their school. So it has become quite a component of some schools that this is another level that they go to.
Well, this is really about
extension
of really making it a whole school approach and putting it, and there's something to look forward to and part of the culture of the mathematics. Now, I know your dad, it wasn't all about the competition. It was exactly what you were saying before. The turn taking, the being the gracious winner and not the poor loser and all of those sort of things.
If I throw in there my dad's background, he was a school teacher, he was a sports teacher, a sports coach and a Uniting Church minister. Yeah. So we've got a bit of everything in there. So it was very big about sportsmanship, fair play, good manners. Yeah. So we do have what is known as the unwritten rule of numero. And the unwritten rule of numero is that when you make a build or a join in the centre, if your opponent steals it, they have to say thank you when they steal your build. And the response is not allowed to be rude or sarcastic. The response needs to be, you're welcome, well done, good job, something of a positive nature. Yeah. And funnily enough, what it's done over these years is it's become the accepted norm, and kids learn that it's okay to lose. It's actually quite a good resilience teacher. We don't have kids spitting the dummy and getting upset about it because it's part of the game, and they accept that, hey, we're going to lose some, but you know what, on the other hand, we might steal a few too. So it kind of what goes around comes around. So it's been quite a good thing like that. So we have a lot of handshaking, a lot of good conversations, very friendly things, and competition at this level absolutely encourages that. So we love it.
Pretty neat. So as I said earlier, if anyone's in another state and looking to do this, please contact Julie. Numero is
numero.org is the website. You can go through there, or just Julie at ietpl.com.au.
Okay, I'm sure Julie would love to.
It's all on the website.
Particularly exotic places, maybe Cairns or
that'd be nice.
Competition. You do a lot of stuff in regional areas. So,
I do.
So that'd be.
I love going bush and I love travelling.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
Ask me.
Where the fishing's good as well, I believe.
Well, then my husband will join me.
That's very good.